there's the tip, and here's Leo. Henderson gets the tip, moves down the left sideline. Henderson on the left sideline, a bounce pass to Clark, right across court to Olsen. Down on the baseline, a layup by Bondi is no good, and the foul is called. It's blocked, and the big guy underneath it there picks up the foul is Bodette. Bodette, who is 6'9", and a freshman, a Division I transfer student, and he has picked up the first foul of the ball game. Bondi will be on the free throw line. Bondi doesn't get up on that free throw line too much during the regular season. He's more or less the screener, the picker, and to set things up. He's hit 62%, and he misses so far this season.
Well, I think it's important, and Bob Hanson mentioned this also, the Mavericks need to get out on top quickly, and then that way you can obviously maintain the tempo and control what happens on the floor.
Second free throw's on the way by Bondi and missed again and cleared off, and coming down with the ball and slowly coming up court is Thurston. Thurston's atop the circle. Bondi missed both free throws. No score in the game. Thurston down the left lane. Pumps it up and in for two. About a three-footer down the left lane. Thurston makes it 2-0. St. Cloud out in front. The Huskies lead the Mavericks. Across now with the ball in there is Trent Neal. Neal at the top of the circle. A lob pass underneath Henderson. Hooked up with the... On the right wing is in and out. No good. Comes down. The rebound goes out of bounds and touched last in there by Uno. As that ball is deep on the sidelines, the shot had been taken by Harvey. He just about hit one. Can run off the side. Pass on the left sideline. Rudolph with the ball. A layup on the baseline. No good. Underneath in here by the big guy. Bodette all the way down to Neal. Neal fakes his shot. Down in the right corner, Bondi. Bondi goes out front to Neal. Cross court over to Olsen. Down the left corner. As Henderson drives, hands it off to Neal. Three-point attempt. No good. All glass. Coming down with it, Bodette. Bodette to Thurston. Thurston tops the circle. Boy, their number's a little hard to see. Harvey drives. Jump shot in the right lane is good. Harvey hits two, and it's 4-0. St. Cloud out in front. 4-2, rather. 4-2. 18:33 remaining in the first half. Down the left sideline, into a zone now. 1-2 zone. Down the left corner, St. Cloud is. Way across court to Henderson. Top the circle. In there to Neal. Back over to Henderson in the right corner. Bumped up by Bondi. No good. Rebound Henderson. In the lane. Lost the ball. Goes up the sideline and clears it back out to Neal at midcourt. Down the left wing, left corner. Olsen started to drive. 2-3 zone. Neal goes around a pick and a screen. Goes back out traffic. Top the circle. Right wing over to Henderson. 28 seconds on the shot clock. Olsen, three-footer jump shot baseline. No good. Bodette up to Thurston. Thurston drives and pass off. Shot on the left side of on the left wing is good for two. And hit on that left wing in there by Harvey. Harvey hits for two.
Well, I'm telling you, Leo, Mavericks just out. I think right now they don't look really good. Shots aren't going. The touch just isn't there.
And zone seems to be bothering. Bad pass by Henderson. Intercepted in there, coming up with the ball. Now it's Harvey on the far side over to Thurston to Bodette. Back over to Thurston. Thurston dribbling around the top of the circle. It's 6-2. St. Cloud out in front. Harvey underneath Thurston. He lays a winner. Layup under by Bodette. Bodette makes it an 8-2 ball game. 17-10 remaining in the first half. The Mavericks just haven't done a thing so far. Down the right sideline to Olsen. Shot by Cartwright is set. Olsen tries to save it, and he touched it, and at the last second, on the far side there, he got a little bit of hip that threw him off balance, and he couldn't go over and save it. As we have a number down there in the court, Troy, I'm trying to find out who it is.
That's Kramer, number 33.
Yeah, he's wearing 33 instead of 35 on the last-minute change. Pass over to the top of the circle, Rudolph. Rudolph gets it over, Bodette. Shot in the left key is good. Bodette gets his fourth point in the game. 10-4. And St. Cloud out in front. They lead by 6. And taking the Henderson baseline to Bondi. Out front now. Enter to Neal down the lane. Pass back over to Bondi. Shot the left baseline. No good. Followed by Cartwright.
Wake them up. They're really flat-footed. They're just really off their game right now. But if they can get it established inside the Cartwright, they'll be fine.
Harvey shoots off the right key. In and out. No good. Bounced around. the first team foul. So on the line will be Bodette.
The problem on that one was Phil had the rebound, but he had position and he had the rebound. He just couldn't get a handle on it. And it ended up turning around to be a negative for the Mavericks. But they kept it within 4, and we still obviously have a lot of time left. But the way the game had been going, Mavericks had to get out of those doldrums.
57% free throw shooter in here, Bodette, and he hits the first one. 11-6, St. Cloud out in front. 16:04, time remaining in the first half. Both free throws are good. So the ball is brought in with a 12-6 score. St. Cloud out in front by 6. With the ball, Trent Neal. Back over to the right side, top the circle of Henderson, left side. Over to Neal. Henderson, right down to Olsen. Cartwright, shot to right baseline. It's good. And there by Cartwright, about an 8-footer towards the right corner. 12-8 score. Pass inside now with the ball. In there, Bodette. Harvey shot out the left wing, no good. Cartwright on the rebound. Cartwright to Neal. 12-8 score, St. Cloud. Driving, Neal spins, turns, jump shot is up. Good. Now 12-10. The Mavericks are beginning to put it together now. And coming down court with the ball in there, Thurston. Pass back over to Bodette. In the lane. In there to Kramer, and a foul call on Olsen.
But I'm telling you, if I'm a referee, I might have to make the same call. And I know that our radio broadcast goes on the team tape that Bob Hanson gets, so he'll hear my comment. But boy, that's tough to make that defensive move without drawing a foul from behind.
So the ball is brought in on the right sideline at the right hash mark. Kramer gets ready to bring it in. Kramer, a bounce pass inside to Harvey across to Thurston. Pass underneath, batted away, but picked up out of the left wing. Rudolph coming over on the near side, turning around, looking for some help. As Carlson is in the game. Lob pass, intercepted by Bondi. Carlson in the freshman, 6'7", all the way. Henderson lays it up, no good. He's fouled by Harvey. Foul called on Harvey. Harvey picks up his first foul, second team foul. Henderson on the line for 2.
Well, I'm telling you, the Mavericks finally settled down, but St. Cloud was playing so relaxed at the start of this game. And Mavericks able to find themselves getting inside to the big guy, Cartwright, which is what Coach wanted to establish as soon as possible.
Henderson hits the first one, should tie up the game now at 12-12. And there's 14:51 remaining in the first half. Dean comes in, and he replaces Bondi. Henderson and Dean switched the assignments on the defense in there, who they're guarding. Henderson now will get ready to shoot the second free throw as he has a chance to tie the game, 12-11, St. Cloud. Free throw's on the way, it's up, and he missed. And it's still 12-11.
I was wondering about that, why Bob Hanson is sending a player in when his player's shooting free throws. Break that concentration a little bit.
Back out front now, Thurston with the ball. Thurston at the top of the circle in the lane to Harvey. Fake, left, right. Kramer, shot by Rudolph. Good. Off the left wing. Rudolph picks up his first 2. It's 14-11. St. Cloud, Henderson in the lane. Whistle, foul called, and traveling called on Henderson coming off the right wing. So the ball will be brought in by Rudolph in the backcourt. Rudolph into Thurston. Thurston comes down court all the way down to Harvey. Shot out in the left forecourt is good. About a 10-footer. Roy Harvey, who has not missed. Harvey's got 6 of the 16. 16-11, St. Cloud. 14-10 remaining in the first half. 2-3 zone. Henderson in the lane. Back over to Neal. Neal fakes. Shot on the free throw line. All glass, no good. Cartwright inside Dean in the lane. Good. Right-hand jumper gets his first 2. Dean for the Mavericks. 16-13. Thurston pass inside to in there. Now over to Harvey. Bounce pass. Rudolph on the right baseline. No good. Cartwright all the way to Neal. He's alone. Here we go. And he lays it in.
on defense that time.
Thurston pass over to Rudolph, back out front now, as Rudolph takes it, rather, and hands it back out. And Carlson was the man that handed it to him. On the far side to Harvey. Harvey whips it back over on the near side. And Carlson with the ball. Back over to Rudolph, the baseline. Out front to Harvey. Harvey down the left lane. Rudolph shoots out the left corner. No good. Rebound comes down to Harvey on the free throw line. He lost the ball to Rudolph.
Part by Jefferson Financial Services, Nebraska Business Development Center, Central Park Pharmacy, the Uno Maverick Club, and the Omaha Royals Baseball Club.
Well, Binky Poole is in.
Yeah,
Binky.
They kept him out longer than I thought. He was out for almost 7 minutes.
Rudolph over to Poole. Poole out to Thurston. Thurston now, pass in the lane, shot by Kramer. Cartwright gets it off to Neal. 3-on-2. Neal breaks the line. Just off the left tee is up. No good. Rebound comes down to Thurston.
Excellent defense. You can't sleep for 1 second out there.
17-16. Poole hits out of the left corner. Who just came in the ball game. Hits one deep in the left corner. As the Mavericks had a short-lived lead with the 12-13 to go. It's 18-17 in favor of St. Cloud. Palomar is in. Right down the baseline. So it's 19-18 Mavericks. Man-to-man defense by the Mavericks. Rudolph with the ball, top the circle in the lane to Poole. Hands it off. A layup coming down the right baseline in there by Carlson. Carlson hits his first 2 in the game.
Excellent ball movement by St. Cloud on that one. They had the Mavericks defense just twisting and turning all over the floor.
Olsen out on the left wing. On the free throw line to Dean. Shots on the air. Good. His fourth goal. 21-20. Uno down in front now over St. Cloud. 11:25 to go in the game in the first half. Pass back over to Poole. Deep on the right wing. Drives down the paint. Has it batted away by Neal. And a late whistle and a foul on Neal.
Well, I'll tell you, Trent is very active on defense. And, you know, you don't like to have a lot of fouls and pick them up early. But Trent is very animated on defense. And that's something that they need to see to pick up the intensity just a little bit.
Poole now remains in the game. Thurston will be bringing it in. Also, Harvey. A new man in the lineup in there. We'll check in a minute. I believe it's Springer. Springer is in the lineup. Scott Springer. Shots up, no good. Cleared up by Olsen. Olsen comes down court. 3-on-3. Bounce pass, a bad one. And Springer saved it from going out of bounds. And now bounce pass to Poole. Drives on the baseline. Out of bounds.
Position of a role player for Bob Hanson. Well, I'm happy. Anytime Thad gets into the ball game, I'm happy for the young man, and I'm telling you, he plays well. Great steal-off. That was a forced turnover on probably St. Cloud's best offensive player.
Taking it top the circle, Olsen back over to Palomar in the right wing. Man-to-man defense this time by St. Cloud. Dean back over to Olsen on the right sideline. Pass on the baseline. Palomar pumps it in. Now it's a 23-20 lead by UNO. With the ball out front, Thurston. A whistle, a foul is called on Palomar.
No, I think...
Nope, no foul. They're going to have a chat between the two.
They're going to tell them kind of cool it, knock it off, let's play basketball.
Palomar and Poole were kind of giving each other the elbows without the ball being around. Thurston goes out and coming into the ball game in for the first time. And there's Kluge. Kluge is in. Also into the ball game is Springer. Pass over across the way to Kluge. On the right key, turning around, trying to look for help. And he gets it back out front now as the pass goes from Carlson out front to Kluge. Kluge down the left sideline, drives down the lane, pass out front, right baseline. Carlson back out front. Deep in there with the ball. And there is Kesky. And Kesky bounce pass out front now to Kluge. Kluge down in the right corner. Drive, jump shot is up. And no good. Rebound. Palomar saves it. Beautiful save by Palomar. Box pass in the left corner. Three-pointer by Henderson.
Kids do an excellent job to force to save that.
Kluge is in as a bounce pass over on the near side. In there from Kesty all the way down. 2-on-1. Kluge lays it up. No good. Tipped around. Cleared by Dean. And a whistle foul on Kluge. Another whistle. The official is calling Kluge back, and he wants Dean back. Kluge shoved Dean.
Well, I would believe that the foul. He wants Willie Sanchez, the referee, is talking to the team captain. Now he's talking to all the players. But I thought the foul was whistled on Kluge down the other end of the floor.
Right, it is. Foul was on Kluge, and that's his first foul. And UNO will get the ball on the baseline. They're calling both coaches together now.
But I think Butch and Bob both understand the situation here, and Butch was not complaining about the foul that was called on Kluge in any way.
Neither coach said a word to him. They just turned and walked away. Pass in court now. Henderson gets it inside to Palomar. 26-20. 3-team fouls on St. Cloud. 4 on UNO. Palomar on the left wing. Palomar out front. 34 seconds. Pass inside Henderson. A left-hand hook pass. Shots up. No good. Rebound. Rudolph. Pass all the way down. Driving. Pass over the baseline. Shots on the way. Kesty hits a bucket on the right baseline.
Everybody out of position on that one. And again, that's how some of these transition baskets are being made. The fact that everybody's just running around like a jitterbug.
26-22 into Dean to the baseline. Back to Palomar in the left corner. A 2-3 zone. Pass by underneath to Dean. Lays it up. No good. The pass came from Bondi from the left tee. He passed it right down to the baseline. And Dean tried to lay it up, got fouled. Didn't make the basket. And the foul, let's see, is going to be called on.
I think they called Kesty.
Kesty, you're right. That's his first foul. 4th team foul. Dean will be on the line. He'll be shooting 2. Both teams with 4-team fouls. Dean has 4 points, all from the field. Free throws up, good. 5 points for Dean. Dean now on that free throw line. Second free throw's on the way. It's up and it's good again. Dean hits his 6th point in the game. 28-22. In the backcourt is Kesty. Coming over to Kluge. Kluge passed down over to Poole on the right wing. Poole gave a little stunt there, just about traveled, and a pass out to Kluge. Man-to-man defense by the Mavericks. Back over on the left sideline, off his leg and out of bounds. As the pass came, and it went off of Springer's leg and out of bounds. Be brought in by Palomar. Palomar bounce pass into Mott. 28-22. UNO out in front by 6. 8:26 to go in the first half. Mott on the right wing. Whistle. And the foul being called on Poole as he fouls Henderson or Mott, I believe it was Henderson, from behind.
Well, things pretty much going the Mavericks' way now. The game really hasn't got complacent. It's just that St. Cloud has been totally taken out of what they've been able to do earlier tonight.
Henderson passed down the left corner to Mott. Mott on the left wing, bounce pass to Palomar in the baseline. Comes swing around, spins on the dribble. Tried to go down the baseline, choked off. Had it taken away from him. Poole got the loose ball. But down the lane, Poole jump shot, good. About a 3-footer right down the middle of the lane. So it's 28-24. Boy, you make a mistake, and the guys like Poole on St. Cloud, they'll capitalize right away. Back over to Henderson in the right corner to Palomar. A zone defense, shot by Cartwright. No good. Taps around, and it taps out of bounds. It'll be brought in by St. Cloud. So the changes in the lineup for St. Cloud. Kramer comes back in the lineup. He replaces Springer. Kesty goes out. And into that lineup, coming down court in Kesty's place. We have to wait till they actually turn around. The maroon, no white trim on it.
Boy, that's tough to see,
Really
isn't
tough to see that guy that just came in. So down on the baseline now, back out in the right wing, Harvey. Harvey shoots in the right key up. No good. Whistle. Foul called, and it is called underneath, this time on Carlson. Carlson picks up the foul. Goes down court. I still haven't detected that one guy's number that came in the ball game. Now we got changes, and I believe he's gone out.
Camouflage, Leo.
Pass up court, bounces off the hands, bad pass. Harvey got it. He's trapped. Comes out of the trap, gets it over to Poole on the left wing. Back out front. Whoa, boy, a foul call on Kluge. Foul call on Kluge. I mean, he really hit Mott. And I believe he might have hurt Mott. Might be a hit pointer.
Well, it's bad. That almost slammed into the storage table down by the Mavericks bench. Boy, what a collision.
Looked like a good body block, I'll tell you. Buda could have used that block.
No foul, though.
They
didn't call a foul. They just said St. Cloud lost it out of bounds.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No blood, I guess. So taking the ball in the corner is Henderson. Back out front to Palomore. Goes to the back court. Now almost he saved it.
Stepped over the line and then came back or not.
28-24. UNO over St. Cloud. Back out front to Kramer. Kramer gets it over to Poole. Poole dribbles around. Takes a shot. Throws a hip into Henderson. And got away with it. Now underneath him there, Thurston out to Poole. Poole drives in the lane. Lays it up and in. Right down the middle of the paint on the right side.
Well, I'll tell you, you give that kid just a little opening, he'll penetrate on you. I'll tell you. He's got size, too. He's a strong kid.
Somebody's going to bottle up that middle and jar his ivories, and he may stop coming in. Back over the right sideline, Henderson. Shot in the right lane, no good. Olsen had it, lost it, touched last. In here by Thurston, and it'll be brought in by UNO on the baseline. 28-26. UNO had a 6-point lead, and it's been cut to 2. Bounce pass in the corner to Dean. Out front now to Henderson. Cross court. Olsen down to Neal. Three-point attempt. No good. Olsen tips. No good. Olsen tips. Dean has tipped that first one. Back out front to Henderson. New shot clock. With the ball is Neal. 2-3 zone set up by St. Cloud. Back over to Olsen. Way across to Henderson. On the left baseline. Out front to Neal. Bad pass. Out of bounds. Intended for Dean. Breaking down the baseline. He started to go and stop.
Well,
go ahead.
I was just going to say that was good defense inside by St. Cloud. They forced that.
28-26. Kramer back. Olsen and Cartwright steal it. Back over to Neal. Neal back out on the right wing. Out front Cartwright. Left baseline Olsen drives. Lays it up. Good. And it's 30-26. UNO over St. Cloud. And taking and dribbling around out front, Thurston down to Poole. A shot's up and in. Poole out on the left wing. Just inside the three-point range. He's got 8. 30-28. Poole playing with a lot of aggressiveness here now. He could make St. Cloud a bunch of heroes up in Minnesota. Back over in the right wing to Henderson. Henderson a bounce pass out to Neal. Neal dribbling around out front.
Well, they don't look too good on offense, Leo. They're real ragged this series.
Man-to-man defense this time under to Cartwright. He drives, lost the ball, out of bounds. And it'll be brought in on the back baseline as Rudolph comes back in. Rudolph comes in the game. Kramer goes out. Rudolph in, Kramer out. Also remaining in there is Bodette. Thurston comes up court now. Thurston comes up court. Thurston Poole wants that ball, boy. He was mad. He didn't get a pass right then. Taking it back out front. Over on the sideline, Thurston. Thurston in turn. Back over now as he gets it off the Poole. Three-point attempt. No good. Rebound, Dean. Dean up to Neal. 2-on-2. Neal jump shot up the right key. Good. Neal gets his 8 points.
You know, he has so many different dimensions for UNO on a transition with his ability to stop and pop and make the basket. That's a tough shot to make.
Thurston dumps it off, and Rudolph comes down, gets the bucket. And a whistle and a foul called, and I believe it might be on Neal.
Well, Trent was on the floor.
Yes, we're waiting to see. No, that was not. Rudolph did make the basket. Rudolph did.
Yeah, but they're going to call the foul on Phil Cartwright.
Phil Cartwright gets the foul. We have a score here now. 32-30 in favor of UNO, but right now Rudolph, he'll have a 2 coming. 1 shot, rather. He missed. Rudolph missed the free throw and comes down. Trent Neal with the ball. Neal back out front over across the way to Dean. Mott back in the game. Way out to Neal. Neal takes it down the right sideline. Olsen inside Cartwright, and a foul is called on Bodette. Bodette, big, husky, strong kid, Chris, gets his 2nd foul. Here's the score. 6.5 minutes left in the first half. It is South Dakota 35, North Dakota State 28. That game at Fargo.
We talked about that, Leo. We felt that South Dakota was good enough to beat the Bison in Fargo, and right now they're doing it. Of course, there's still too much time left.
I'll tell you, the commissioner, he, of course, no favoritism to any team, but he's going to have a South Dakota or Augustana in that tournament of the Final Four, or they won't draw prizes.
Yeah. Well, just move it down here.
Dean will be on the line on a 1-on-1. 32-30 now. The Mavericks only leading by 2, and the crowd's not in it even. Free throw's good. Crowd waiting for some action, waiting for something to happen, waiting for something to cheer about, and nothing is giving. Free throw is up. Good again by Dean. Troy is 4 for 4 in the free throw line tonight. He has 8 points. 34-30 in favor of UNO. 3:51 remaining in the first half. Down the right sideline on the near side to Remy. Back over to Rudolph. Rudolph off now to Poole. Fakes, drives in the lane. Dribble behind the pack. Shot no good. Rebound, Dean. Dean takes it, hands it off to Neal. Neal comes up court. Neal all the way down the lane. And he lost the ball. It was taken by Harvey right out of his hand. All the way down. Now a layup by Thurston is good. Thurston went all the way and laid it in for 2. Now Bob Hanson really chewing the ivories over there in regards to Trent Neal, the way he handled that last situation. As he was trying to do a 1-on-5. Back on the right sideline to Mott. Over to Olsen on the near side to Neal. Inside Dean, shot to the left baseline, an air ball, and a whistle and a foul is called. And there Raymond is serious. Rudolph Bondi will get a half Academy Award on this play.
Well, he did get pushed, though. Rudolph
Yeah, but no blood.
The problem is that Rudolph was off the ground, Sven wasn't. And therein lies the gist of the foul call. But Butch is screaming.
He really is furious. Free throw by Bondi is missed. Bond had it, but lost it. Rudolph got it. Bondi missed the free throw. He's 0 for 3 in the free throw line tonight. 34-32 as UNO leads by 2. Thurston driving down. In there is Remy. Back out front now to Poole. Over to Thurston. Thurston fakes now. Back in the left corner. Kramer dumps it back out front now. In there to Poole. In the corner to Thurston. Thurston asks him to circle. 17 seconds. With the ball is Harvey. In the lane underneath in there. A layup by Thurston. Blocked. With the ball is Neal in front.
That's a pretty gusty call.
34-32. 2:19 remaining. So the ball will be brought in on the near sideline in there by Reedy. on to Rudolph on the key. Back out front. Kluge. A bounce in there off the floor. Up one by Dean. It hits the bottom of the backboard. Mott is in the ballgame, by the way. He had replaced Henderson a few minutes back. Taking a pass in there. Rudolph pumps it up. No good. Rebound. Olsen. Bounce pass over to Mott. Mott across the timeline. All down to Neal. Three-pointer. 32, and a minute 50 to go in the first half. In there is Poole. Poole with the ball out front. On the left sideline to Rudolph on the left wing. Harvey, top the circle. Man-to-man defense by the Mavericks. Way out to Kluge. Kluge moves down the lane, left side. Dumps the pass to the corner. Fakes the shot, Harvey does. There's shot by Reedy. Bounced out front, taking it out is Kluge. Deep on the right sideline at the hash mark. Kluge dribbling around, pass over to Poole. Poole fakes the shot, drives down the paint, lays it up, good. But down the left side and laid it in for two. Poole has 10 points. 37 of 34. UNO out in front by 3. And there's a minute 5 to go in the first half. Coming down court in there is Mott. Bounce pass on the sideline to Olsen. Olsen way across court to Neal. On the left wing, top the circle to Mott. 2-3 zone by St. Cloud. Back over to Wilson. Drives in the lane. Passes over to the left corner. Three-pointer by Neal. No good. Rebound. Olsen. Lays it up. No good. Way up the near back. 34. Down in the left corner. Shot is on the way by Reeby. No good. And Bondy got the rebound over the mark. 28 seconds in the first half. Remaining. UNO by 5. 39-34. Back over across the way to Neal. Top the circle. Dribbles out towards midcourt. He says, let's go for one. The shot clock is off. 15 seconds remaining. Down to 13-12. Neal at midcourt. On the right side. 10, 9, 8, 7. Dribbles top the circle. Neal fakes. Jump shot is up. No good. Rebound comes down. Bounces down and half in before Kluge can get it up. So at the end of the first half, 39-34, UNO is out in front. Here's the way to scoring fast for UNO in the first half. For UNO. Rebounds 23-12, UNO. And on turnovers, it's 11-10 in favor of St. Cloud. And a score with 9.5 minutes left in the first half in a slowdown game. North Dakota leads Augustana 12-8. 12-8, that's right, neighbor. Now the play's underway and taking it down there, St. Cloud. Kramer with the ball at the top of the circle. Poole, three-point attempt. Air ball. And now it is Cartwright got the air ball shot. Took it up to Henderson. Henderson at the top of the circle with the ball. Passes back over to Cartwright. And an alley-oop pass intended for Olsen down the left baseline too high by Cartwright. It goes out of bounds. So Cartwright, Dean, along with Henderson and Neal, the lineup in there for the Mavericks. Coming down court now, dribbling the ball slowly is Thurston. Thurston at the top of the circle. Pass on the near side to Poole. Back over to Thurston. A two-point attempt, no good. And it's batted around up in the air, and a whistle and a foul is called in there, and I believe it is on Thurston. As Sanchez comes in and points either to the ground or something. He didn't have the point at anybody. Thurston got it. Thurston, first team foul in the second half. Full court pressure by St. Cloud. That's unusual. Full court pressure. It goes to Olsen to Henderson. Now they slowly sag back man for man and drop it all the way back. As driving down is Henderson. Henderson on the right wing. Henderson hands it off to Neal. Henderson now sets up the block to the screen. Actually a body block down on the left wing over to Neal. Out front to Olsen. Inside to Dean. Towards the right baseline. Out front to Neal on the right wing. Neal, three-point attempt. No good. Rebound comes down and cleared off in there by St. Cloud. All the way down with the ball is Poole. Kramer shot to the left baseline. Good. About a 7-footer. Kramer gets his 6th point in the game, and it's 39-36 in favor of UNO over St. Cloud. And the Mavericks are having a struggle here tonight. Taking the ball down is Neal on the far side to Olsen. Olsen out front to Dean. Dean off to Neal. Inside, Cartwright in the lane. Jump shot is up, no good. And a whistle and a foul is called. And claiming innocent in there is Carlson. Carlson gets his second foul, and on the line will be Cartwright. Cartwright with 6 points all for the field here tonight. First time on the free throw line, Cartwright has shot 73% of the free throw line.
Kind of a strange ball game, Leo. You know, you mentioned this already once in the first half. Crowd cheering when the Mavericks do well, but they really haven't gotten into this ball game the way I thought they would have. High intensity, playoff, all that kind of stuff just isn't there.
Cartwright hits the first free throw. The second one's on the way, and he got it. He got both of them. And it's back to a 5-point lead, 41-36. Thurston with the ball. Thurston out at the top of the circle, now over to the right side. Bounce pass over to Rudolph. Top of the circle, out on the right wing. On the far side to Carlson. Out to Poole, deep in the right corner. Poole dribbles around, straight-point attempt. And off the glass, no good. A follow by Rudolph. Lays it up and in down the left baseline. He was uncontested and laid that in easily.
Yeah, down on the weak side. Nobody was there to check him off. Steal him away from that rebound. It was an easy two.
41-38. Way across court to Olsen. Right baseline to Dean. Into Cartwright. Turnaround jumper by Cartwright is good. Cartwright picks up his 10th point in the ball game. Kramer drives on the left key out to Poole. Poole fakes now, drags that 1 foot back over the next side. Shot by Kramer, left baseline blocked. Partially by Cartwright, taken by Olsen, short of the bucket. Olsen comes down court. Olsen a bounce pass over to Trent. Neal drives, lost the ball, out of bounds, and it was batted from behind by Thurston and knocked out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you, that was good defensive play by Phil Cartwright on the other side because Kramer was open again on the weak side. But Phil was able to get there with all his energy.
Olsen out front to Henderson, down the left sideline to Olsen, drives in the left lane, lays it up and in. Let's see if it counts. No, offensive charge. Offensive charge called on Olsen. I don't think that basket counts. We'll wait and see. No, it does not count. Offensive charge, no basket. Olsen picks up his second foul. It is 43-38. Coming across court with the ball is Thurston. Thurston at the top of the circle. A bounce pass over to Kramer. Kramer breaks the line. A bounce pass down the lane. He dumps it off, and Thurston lays it in. Rudolph dumps it off over to Thurston. Thurston gets his 6 points. Now it's 43-40. UNO struggling here tonight. Back over to Olsen on the left sideline. 16:57 to go in the ball game. UNO out in front. Back out front to Neal. Fakes a shot. Back over to Olsen. Olsen takes it. Holds it up over the head out to Neal. Bounce pass inside. Bad pass. Intended for Cartwright. Now going after it. Henderson steals the ball. Lost it. Got it back. Great defense in there.
Doc did an excellent job to help break that momentum, and then he got the ball.
Trent Neal back over to Henderson. 2-3 zone. The 2-1-2 rather set up in there by St. Cloud in the lane. Henderson lays it up. And Henderson lays it in. Brings 8 points. 45-40. UNO out in front by 5. 16-10 to go in the game. Poole with the ball in the lane. Dumps it off. Shot by Kramer's up. No good. All iron. Comes off to Trent Neal. Neal all the way down court. All the way down in the right corner. Back out to Henderson. Bounce pass into Dean. Shot in the right lane. It's good. Beautiful cover by Dean. Good play in the right corner. 47-40. UNO out in front by 7. The whitest step they've had in the ball game. And on the near side is Kramer. Line up for the Mavericks, Deal. And now into the game is Ward. Ward is in, Dean, Henderson, and Olsen. Back to top to circle to Poole. Out on the right side to Carlson. Carlson, one dribble. Pass over to Kramer. Down the lane. Stolen by Henderson. Whoops, they called a foul on Henderson.
You know what happened on that one? Unless it was an optical illusion. Doc was standing there. Kramer tried to do a spin dribble around him and spin the ball right to Doc, but Kramer's dribbling arm hit Doc, and that's what the foul was about.
Poole passes way out front to Rudolph. Back over to Thurston. Thurston now out on the right wing. On the right sideline, dribbles over at the top of the circle. A bounce pass over to Rudolph. In there to Carlson. Turn around by Rudolph up the left lane. On the top of the circle is Carlson. Carlson spins around. Gives it off to Thurston. Thurston back over to Poole. Poole back to Kramer. Top of the circle. Alley-oop pass. Intercepted by Olsen. Anticipated the pass and got it. Olsen all the way down. Way across court to Henderson. 3-point attempt. point. It's 50-40. The whitest gap the Mavericks have had in this ball game, which is 10. Carlson drives, lost it, got it back. And back out front it goes over to Thurston. Uno out in first by 10. 14:46 to go in the game. With the ball, Rudolph over to Kramer. Kramer, two-point attempt is good. Out on the right wing. Kramer picks up his 8th point in the ball game. 50-42. The Huskies will not drop dead. Coming up with the ball is Trent Neal. Neal in the backcourt. Neal across the midcourt jump circle. Down the left sideline. Gives it off to Olsen in the left corner. Top the circle to Dean. Back over to Neal. Spins the bounce pass to Ward. Dean shot the left. He is good. 14-point and 10-point lead. Again by UNO. 52-42. 4:08 remaining in the ball game. Bounce pass in the lane to Rudolph. Turns around in the key. Poole, three-point attempt blocked. In mid-air by Henderson. Picked up. Rudolph lays it up and blocked. Olsen picked up his third foul, and it's the 13th foul here in the second half.
Boy, I tell you, both players didn't even get off the floor on that one. Danny had both his feet flat. Wrapped his hands around the ball as Rudolph tried to get off the floor, but Rudolph couldn't.
Harvey comes in the ball game. Also coming into the ball game is Bodette. Bodette and Harvey in. On the free throw line will be Rudolph. He's 0 for 1 on the free throw line here tonight. 13:58 time remaining in the game. The winner goes to the Final Four in the North Central Conference tournament play at Sioux Falls on Thursday night. The loser packs the bags for the year. Free throw by Rudolph is good. Now he has hit 1 out of 2 here tonight. Has 7 points. Rudolph's second free throw about to go up. Left-hand pumper. Good again. And it makes it 52-44. An 8-point lead. Bounce pass is Palomore in the game. Got it from Henderson. Full court pressure by St. Cloud. Across to Neal. Drives. Moves down the lane. He hooks with the left hand. No good. He got it back. He lays it up. No good. Rebound goes out. Palomore spins. Hands it off to Henderson. It is up. No good. Rebound tipped in there by Rudolph and off the hands of Dean. And Henderson out of bounds. For the Mavericks were battling the boards that time.
Yeah, you can't say they didn't get the chances for a pair of points there, but the thing is, they got some good offensive hustle there.
13:30 to go. Almost intercepted by Palomore. As he went after it, is on the far side. In there, Harvey waiting for the ball to come to him. Palomore went after it, just about intercepted it, but knocked it out of bounds. Poole over to Thurston. Thurston down the left lane, on the left baseline, lays it up, no good. Too much glass. Whistle, foul called, and the foul being called on the big guy in there. Bodette on the rebound.
Over the back, no question about it. If you don't call that foul, then you don't call it any time.
52-44. UNO's out in front. Full court pressure by the Huskies now. As Palomore in the backcourt, Harvey on him. Ward moves back up across the center line. Palomore says, I got it. Moves across out to top the circle and the dribble. Now Palomore moves down on the right wing. Back out front to Ward. Over across to Neal. A bounce pass to Dean. Back out to Palomore. Palomore fakes, drives down the lane. Shot down is up. Beautiful shot there. And he pulls both knees right up around his ankles and pumps it in. Loose ball picked up by Palomore on the baseline. Palomore all the way to midcourt. Palomore on the right baseline. Out to Henderson. Three-point attempt. So coming down court with the ball is Thurston, dribbling slowly. Thurston at the top of the circle. Neal on him. Poole shovels a pass in the lane. Intercepted in there by Henderson. Henderson comes out of a traffic jam, flips it over to Palomore. Palomore spins, bounce pass down the lane. Henderson back out to Neal. Three-point attempt in the right wing. A 16-point lead. The whitest guess the Mavericks have had in the ball game. 12:06 to go. Back over on the left side. Poole, three-point attempt. Good. Out on the left wing. Poole hits the three-pointer, his 13th point of the game, and his first three-pointer in this contest. 60-47. Taking the ball down, Palomore on the right wing of the dribble. Hooks it out to Dean. Dean back over to Palomore. A zone defense. Whoop, man-to-man, I'm sorry. Man-to-man in there by St. Cloud. Out front to Neal. Neal bounce pass down the right sideline. Palomore down the paint. Jump shot up the middle. Good. Behind the right ear. Pumped it in for two. 62-47. UNO out in front. Bounce pass on the left side to Rudolph. Over across the way to Harvey. Shot on the right key is good. Harvey off the right key. Gets his fourth point of the ball game. 62-49. UNO battling to get into Final Four of the North Central at Sioux Falls on Thursday night. Taking the ball down the right sideline in there is Palomore. Palomore man-to-man defense by St. Cloud. Neal tops the circle. Good. Neal all the way. Neal gets his 16th point of the game. Thurston dribbling around between the legs, out at the top of the circle, a bounce pass. Rudolph back over to Harvey, goes down, hooks it up from behind. Goes from left to right. Harvey just laid it in over the rim, picked up his 6 point. 64-51. UNO out in front by 13. 10 minutes, 36 seconds to go to the Final Four in the playoffs. Down the right sideline to Neal, out front to Dean. Dean bounce pass in the right corner, shot by Palomore, up no good. Rebound tip, no good. A follow is up. Ward gets his first kill of the ball game. And Cartwright gets ready to come in the game. 66-51, UNO. Back over to Harvey. Pass underneath. It's off the glass and a foul on Dean. Pass that went down, hits the bottom of the bank board, and a foul called on Dean. And he picks up his first foul in the ball game. Dean comes out, Cartwright comes in, Olsen comes in, and Henderson goes out. Also, Bondy's coming back to the ball game. Bondy is in, and Bondy will replace Ward. Ward did a fine job on rebounding and did a great job on that last one there in that shot.
Yeah, Reggie will give you some muscle when you need it. We've seen him come in and play really big parts in ball games.
66. And there, 51. Shots in and out, no good. Taken by Reedy. Reedy way out front. Pumped that three-pointer up, and it wobbled around, came out. Palomore down the lane. He's trying to pump it up, and he's fouled from behind. And this time it's called on Harvey. So it is on the free throw line. Ramey picks up. Whoop. I believe that's right. There it is. Yeah. Harvey gets the foul. Harvey, his second foul.
Well, Leo, if what I heard is correct, they updated that South Dakota, North Dakota State score, and the Coyotes lead 64-58.
Palomore hits the free throw, 64-58. South Dakota out in front. Second free throw by Palomore is up, and he got it also. Palomore had 2 points the first half. He's got 6 here in the second half. 8 points, 68-51. UNO out in front. Shots up, no good. In there by Kluge, a follow underneath by Reedy, lays it up and into the left baseline. Kesty laid it up for 2 on a loose ball, 68-53. Palomore with the ball into Cartwright, shots up. Bodette picks up his fourth foul. We got 3.
Yeah, that's going to be tough right now because Butch Raymond, of course, the guys he has in there aren't doing the job for him, so you get somebody in foul trouble and you got to take them out. But Harvey's coming out. They're going to leave Bodette in there with 4.
So it is 70-53. UNO. 9:30 remaining. Cartwright's free throw is good. Cartwright hit both free throws?
No, he had
one coming.
One coming.
Cartwright hits the free throw, and now there's a turnaround layup in there right in front of the bucket by Bodette. Bodette gets his 8 points.
Good job by Remy to penetrate and dish off inside the Bodette like that. He could have taken a shot, but Bodette was a lot more open.
So Palomore on the right wing, drives the right baseline, a 3-foot jumper is good. Hooked it up with a 3-footer in the right baseline. 73-55, UNO working its way towards the Final Four. Driving down in there the North Central Conference Tournament as he dumped it off and a foul being called, and I believe it's on Neal. Neal Grinning coming out towards midcourt. Mott's getting ready to come in for him. Neal has picked up his third foul. Neal comes out of the game. Neal has 16 points. Ball will be brought in the baseline. Each team with 5 team fouls now. Pass out front in there to Kesty. Shot by Kramer. Free throw line is good. Kramer picked up his 10th point in the game. Full court pressure by the Huskies. All the way down. Olsen takes it to the corner. Olsen way out front to Palomore on the left sideline. That's the left take point. One dribble. Palomore back to Olsen down the left sideline. On the left wing. Top the circle to Cartwright. Over to Mott. Underneath, intended for Bondi. Just out of his reach. Just out of his reach. So it is 73-57 in favor of UNO. Crowd really not in this thing hardly at all, as they're just kind of sitting. Back over the right sideline. There's Bodette. A turnaround right-hand hook, about an 8-footer on the right baseline. Bodette gets his 10th point. Pass up court to Palomore. Spins around on the dribble. Drive, bounce pass. Cartwright tried to stop it. Didn't get it. And now up to midcourt. Mott steals the ball. And a whistle and a foul called on Mott. Foul called on Mott. First foul on Mott.
All right, now
7:53 to go in the game. There's a pass on the Fraser line in there, turning around and passing it back out front is Kesty. Kesty over to Bodette on the right sideline, driving in there as he tried to lay it in, and he missed. And coming down with the ball is in there is that attempted in there by Reamy. There's the
he wasn't going to be denied this time.
So Mott gets his first 2 points in the game. Everybody scores for the Mavericks. 75-59 UNO. Down on the right sideline. And the air ball goes over on the baseline to Kesty as that air ball shot in there by Reamy as he's taking the shot off the sideline. And there's a shot up. No good. And a foul called on Mott. Mott gets his second foul. And that is the 7th foul, team foul. But he was fouled in the, so it'll be, let's see, we call him the 1-1. South Dakota leading North Dakota State.
64-58 is the last update I heard. They haven't brought it to you.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I bet you are. Actually, South Dakota's a dangerous team.
That's right. And they'll be facing either North Dakota or Augie.
And they beat us here, and we had to go to a last-second shot by Dan Olsen to beat them up at the Dome.
Kluge's on the line. Kluge's free throw is up. Good. 6 minutes and 36 seconds to go. They're on the way to the Final Four.
Tonight's tough.
Now the ball's coming in by Kramer. Kramer out to Poole. Over to Kluge. Man-to-man defense by the Mavericks. Down the right sideline and the right wing. Driving is Kramer. He's on the baseline. Underneath there, attempted layup is up and good. Somebody hit that backboard to make that ball stop on the back of the iron, and then it dropped in. And I believe that bucket was made in there.
Carlson, they give it to Carlson.
Carlson gets the bucket. But had they not hit the glass, the ball wouldn't have stopped. Alley-oop pass, intercepted by Kramer down to Poole. Poole out front now. Poole dribbling around. Man-to-man defense, hands it off to Kramer. Inside, turn around, spin, back out front, faking Kluge. He gives it off to Poole. Down the lane, a right-hand jumper's up, no good. Olsen with the rebound, a right-hand hook was taken in here by Kesty. There's Olsen down to Henderson on the left wing. Back over to Cartwright, down the lane. Cartwright hit it, but he traveled. Cartwright took a half a step, then he points up to Bob Hansen, pointed to his head to Phil.
Well, the problem was tough pass to handle, and the fact that it caught Phil in mid-stride rather than in full stride, and that's what caused the turnover.
5:37 to go. Poole at the top of the circle. Poole on the free throw line. Looks back over on the left wing to Kluge. Drives the baseline. And a foul is called on Mott on the block. Mott gets his third foul. And Kluge will be up on the free throw line on a 1-on-1.
You know, Leo, I think another reason why this crowd is rather soft is because this is the first round of the playoffs. things we talked about that concern Bob Hansen. Mavericks have handled the Huskies twice this season relatively easily. Number 2 team in the conference against the number 7 team. The weather's lousy outside. It's a weak night. I think all those things are lending to the...
What are you telling me, George?
No, I'm just saying, it's real conservative.
Kluge hits the free throw, his third point.
But I think the biggest thing is that Mavericks have beaten St. Cloud twice, and it's the number 2 seed against the number 7 seed. People just aren't getting excited about it.
Free throw's good again by Kluge. 79-65, 14-point lead. They had 18 at one time. Ward hands it off to Mott. Mott takes it over on the left wing and the left sideline, down the left corner to Henderson. Out front, there's a man-to-man defense in there by the Huskies, with Olsen out at midcourt, dribbling around, spins, goes down, moves on the right sideline, lob pass underneath, led by Henderson, good. Henderson lays it up for two. Henderson having a fine night, as he has picked up a total of 12 here in the second half. He's got 18 points. Bounce pass intercepted by Dean. Dean to Olsen. Olsen across midcourt. Bounce pass to Dean, intercepted by Poole. Poole comes all the way down on the middle of the lane. Jump shot blocked and a foul called on Ward. Ward gets his first foul. And so it'll be Poole on the line. Will he be shooting? He will.
The thing is, St. Cloud got into the bonus situation pretty early in the second half. They just haven't taken advantage of it, mainly because the Mavericks defense won't allow them to. They're sealing off the passing lanes and the drive lanes, so the penetration just isn't there for St. Cloud.
So on the line is Poole. Poole has the 3 points in the second half, a 3-point shot. Free throw is good by Poole. He had 10 points the first half, all 2-pointers from the field, and he has a total of 14 points. In previous games, the 2 previous games, Poole had 9 and 14 points. Free throw is good, gives him 15 points. Pass all the way down to Henderson, 2-on-1. Henderson down the lane, he lays it in. Henderson went all the way, laid it in, gets his 20th point in the game. 83-67 UNO. Coming down is Thurston. Bounce pass inside. Rudolph back over, driving down the lane. Bounce pass in the middle of the traffic. Picked up by Olsen. Olsen takes it, drives. UNO's on the way to the final four. 4 minutes to go. Bounce pass underneath, driving, and layup. And I believe he's shaken up on the play. Springer went up, laid it up, come down holding his wrist, and the whistle blew, and they called the foul on Henderson.
I obviously was not laughing at the injury to Springer as much as Doc's reaction, because Springer didn't even see Henderson there. That was a great defensive move, except that Doc got him with a body.
Hey, a shocker. 10 minutes gone in the first half. Northern Colorado 16. San State 15. Let's see now. Did he miss that first free throw? And then we have South Dakota. 4 minutes left in the game. Ooh, pretty tight. 73-69. South Dakota. Second free throw was good. In there by Springer.
All that applause, by the way, was for Danny Olsen. He just left the ball game.
Palomore came in at his place. There's the pass. Hart has it. He's fouled from behind. Raymond is furious on the sideline.
Well, he felt that Thad might have used his elbows a little too much to get out of that trap.
So Neal goes out of the game. Ball will be brought in on the sideline. It's only the 15th foul.
Yeah, I only have him for 5 team fouls, but the scoreboard says 6.
Right. So coming down in there, that last foul being called in there. We'll catch it in just a moment. Is on Springer. There's the pass in the corner to Palomore. Palomore up in the lane, out front to Neal. Neal takes it out to midcourt, down to Palomore. Palomore on the free throw line, dumps it off. Layup by Henderson. Henderson picks up 2 more. That gives him 22. Henderson having a great ball game. 87-68. Back on the right sideline. Three-point attempt. No good. In there by Kluge. And now the rebound comes down. Dean's got it to midcourt to Neal. Neal goes down court to the right corner. Drives in the lane. Lost the ball. And it goes over and out of bounds. So it will be brought in the backcourt by St. Cloud. Hansen has the ball on his right hip.
And won't give it up. Look at Stan Ray. Look at Stan, assistant coach Stan Ray's actually laughing.
And Hansen's laughing now. Sanchez really looks for the ball on the bench.
Yeah.
So coming down court, Sanchez laughing as he comes down.
Hidden ball trick.
Hansen had it on his right hip. Shot top the circle. No good. In there taken by Thurston. Ward with the rebound. Got it off to Palomar. Shot on the right key. Palomar on 10 points. 89-68. UNO's on the way to the Final Four. 2:38 remaining in the game. Bounce pass, turn around. Driving, pass out front. In there to Kesty. Kesty beats it out to Thurston. Shot on the left key. No good. Rebound, Ward. Ward off to Palomar. All the way down to Neal. Neal, three-point attempt. Good! Driving down in there. Now turn around, fakes the shot. Underneath the layup in the right lane. Blocked by Dean. And the foul being called. As on the line, stepping up will be Carlson.
Look at Don. He's got both hands on his head. Looking toward the master's face. That was great athletic effort, though, by Troy Dean to get up off the floor. Stay with him. He got a standing ovation. I'm telling you, Troy Dean deserves it. He has played one of his best all-around games. I didn't see him personally. There were a couple times on the transition that Troy was down under the hoop all alone. And I feel they should have passed the ball to him. They did not. They opted for the secondary shot instead, and they scored. But Troy was down there. He got where he was supposed to be, and he just played a whale of a game.
So the free throw by Carlson is hit. Carlson picks up his fifth point. 92-69. 2:08 to go. Free throws up and in. 92-70. As UNO is on the way to the Final Four, and there's 2 minutes remaining in this contest. They're out in front by 22. Taking the ball is Palomar. Lost it. Comes over, picks it up on the right sideline. Down to Mott. Spins the bounce pass to Bondi. Mott out of the right corner. In and out. Rebound in there. Kesty all the way down. Lost the ball. Lost the ball. He got a lead pass. And lost it out of bounds as the pass came from Reedy. Palomar throws into Henderson. Henderson coming up court. Bounce pass over to Palomar. Palomar moves the top of the circle, dumps it off. Bondi on the right wing. Up, no good. Rebound comes down. Carlson hooks it back over and driving down court on the far side. In there is Ackerback. And taking off now Mott. Mott with the ball, gets it over to Bondi. Back over now to Bondi. Or rather to Mott. Down the right sideline, Henderson under Ward. Lays it up in. Gets his fourth point in the ball game. Everybody scored except Bondi in the second half. Bondi has 2 in the first half. Back out front now off the right key. Bounce pass down the right lane. In there as it's off of Carlson. And a foul's called on Ward. Ward got his second foul. We'll repeat those last minute scores. At South Dakota in the closing 4 minutes. Only leading by 4. 73-69. And North Dakota leading 31-22 in the second half, just underway. And also it is 16-15, Northern Colorado over Mankato. 10 minutes gone in the first half. Free throw is made in there on the free throw line by Carlson. Carlson picks up his third free throw in a row as he has 7 points. Free throw is good, 8 points. Doc Henderson with 22 points here tonight. So far, all the way down to Doc. Here he goes, down the lane. Doc. Picks up his 24th point of the game. Old Doc is going at it tonight. Coming down now, back on the far side, intercepted by Bondi. There's a bucket over Palomar. The crowd, 36 seconds, wants a century. A shovel shot. The fans are standing. They want 100. Back out front now with the ball, Springer. Springer, three-point attempt. Up, no good. Rebound comes down. Loose ball, 12 seconds, 10. Springer in the corner. Spinning around. Jump shot is up. No good. Bondy rebound, 4 seconds. Shot from 80 feet out. No good. Is on the way to the Final Four. Thursday night, 5:45. Here's time. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The winner, Northern Colorado and Montana State. Here's the rundown scoring. Kramer picked up 10 points here tonight for the St. Cloud Huskies. Rudolph and Totally. 10 points for Bodette. 15 points picked up by Poole. Thurston has 6 points. Total 6 for Harvey. Kempsey has 4 points in the game. Springer 1. And a total of 8 points for Carlson. And Kluge had 4. So 3 men in double figures. Poole 15. Bodette 10. Kramer 10. 4 Mavericks. Brett Neal had 3 3-pointers tonight. He had 6 and 8 in that second half. To give him 19 points. 24 points for Henderson. 24 points. He has 3 3-pointers. Want to add those up, make sure I'm right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 6 is 18, and 6 is 22. I'm wrong. That's all right. It's got the Mavericks into the Final Four now. Thursday night, they will face the winner of Northern Colorado and Mankato State. We'll be on the air at 5:45. 5:45 Thursday night, the Final Four. University of Nebraska and Omaha won their 21st game tonight, and it was St. Cloud now ends up the season 14-15. They had a game in Hawaii, and that's the reason where they played one more than the traditional 27 going into the tournament. So, UNO, 21 wins, 7 losses, moves in to the Final Four. Who will it be? Mankato or Northern Colorado? And it'll be Thursday night for sure, and it will be at 5:45 airtime. So, Tori,
well, Leo,
back over to you.
We have to think positive, Leo, because if the Mavericks don't get a bid to the NCAA tournament, that's going to wrap up our broadcast together for the 1989-90 basketball season. Mainly because you'll be going up to Sioux Falls by yourself as far as the broadcast crew goes. I have to stay here, and I've got some other responsibilities at my true job. I'll be doing high school tournament action here down in Lincoln.
They have tournament games this week? I thought it was next week.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Oh, I see.
So I'm hoping that we win the tournament, or at least get a bid after tonight that gives us 21 wins, and that gives us one of the better records within the region. Anyway,
here's the final score.
Okay.
73-76.
83-76.
83-76.
South Dakota has beaten North Dakota State.
Right.
So that puts South Dakota in the game against the winner of
North Dakota and Augie.
North Dakota and Augie, and that thing's a slowdown game, North Dakota and Augie.
Yeah, 31-22 is the last we have in the second half, just underway in favor of North Dakota, 31-22. But South Dakota has defeated, and I'll tell you that's a break for the tournament. I hate to say it that way, but had there not been a team from South Dakota in the tournament,
I agree.
They could have shot a cannon through there and hit just the players and the spectators.
I agree, Leo.
The broadcasters.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that kind of stuff would have to happen in a conference tournament, but you're right. But anyway, like I said, South Dakota beating North Dakota State is not a surprise to me. Having them win in Fargo is. Although Leo and I did mention at the start that we felt South Dakota could beat the Bison. And boy, Irv Integer must be feeling pretty low at this point because the Bison are almost indestructible in their center. Tonight's game.
Tori, before you do that, I want to say one thing. I don't think it's going to happen. I think you'll be with us when we go to the NCAA playoffs, but I do want to say that the beautiful article was in the paper and all the stuff in there, but friend, it takes a guy like you to make the broadcast, and I want to say one thing, and I mean this sincerely. You are a tremendous guy to work with, and you do a great job, and I'm not just throwing bouquets out just to throw them out, but I really mean that, and the only thing I was a little upset, not really upset, but and I was upset by Eric, because I said, make sure you mention in there that Torrey is probably the best color man or guy to work with that I have worked over the 40 years. And there's been a lot of guys come by.
Yeah, they have.
And not as big as you and snore as loud as you do. And I said, the reason I say that is because I've been married for 46 years, and my wife said, Torrey's the best guy you ever worked with. Hey, I never argue with a woman after 46 years.
Well, I think she says that only because I say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and hello, ma'am.
But anyway, Torrey, I'm sure we're going to be at the NCAA. I'm looking forward to it. And so just because you gave that farewell speech, I wasn't going to let you get away with it. And I promised the guy tonight, he brought this cigar up, and I said I would smoke it up here as I left.
Okay.
So, Torrey, till next in the NCAA playoffs, I'll take care of the Final Four up there in Sioux Falls. You just get ready for the next Final Four.
Well, I appreciate it, Leo, and I know that maybe this isn't the place to get emotional, but last 2 years for me, it's been a great